I like the way you think, Shiny Shuckle. A rainy day, what a perfect day to end the shiny dry streak. That's what I'm saying, dude. Good shout, dude. Good call from you. Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. How are we doing today, fellas? You're coming back from another PokeMMO stream recap. I believe this is stream recap 287? 288? I might have missed it. It's something like that. A lot of stream recaps, your daily source of PokeMMO mild background entertainment on your second monitor. You know, while you shiny hunt, while you make progress in game, checking in on the forums, checking in on how the game's doing, the suggestion box, how players are feeling, how the community's feeling, what are people talking about, what do people want to see in the game, money making methods, tips, tricks, shiny hunting, the whole shebang, just PokeMMO in general. I've recently been working on a fair bit of consistent Pokeyen making every single day, so I plan to do another gym rerun today and then possibly another trainer rerun, but that we'll have to wait and see. But I did do something. I spent a lot of time. I think this literally took, I kid you not, like 3 hours of like sitting in my living room watching TV with my wife and selling Pokemon. You might already notice I used to have four actually. I had 4 sell boxes over here full of Pokemon. So that's 60, 120. I had like 240 Pokemon that needed to be sold. Okay. I am now down to about 35 or so, 36. I listed almost everything over in my sell boxes. Finally, it took me way too long, but we got around to it. So just listed them last night. I have some Pokeyen to collect today, which I'm excited to collect. I still need to make more, do my dream runs, etc. But this should be a nice fat claim of 780k. I'll take it. 300k. So that's 1 mil right there. An extra 118k, 65k, 58k. I will take every little bit. Boom, boom. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and click. Gonna keep clicking. There's a bunch of like 3k little simple priced things. 3,000. It's crazy how cheap certain 1x31s have gotten. That was definitely something I noticed. I can actually relist more of these. Yes, you might have saw a lot of my Ammonites sold. I end up using my GTL as storage. So you see all these Ammonites here. These have unsold. These didn't sell. But now I can actually sell them for about 3k or so because fossils have gone up, prices have changed, and this is kind of why I end up using the GTL storage sometimes for things like this, where these weren't selling for $27.99 when I listed them, but now they're selling for like 3k a piece super easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting all of these, relisting them all, and now I'm up over 5.2 mil from 3.5 mil start today. So we're really happy to see that, but we still want to do our gym run and our trainer run and keep getting the Pokeyen stack growing. Now, someone asked, what is Mysterious March Ball Madness? I got that a little mixed up, but it's pretty much the same thing. March Mysterious Ball Madness. It is something I am doing this month in relation to my Factor sponsor. And I do want to add a few more incentives. We'll be working on this as well today. So for those who don't know, I am sponsored with Factor this month, and I'm a big fan of Factor. Me and my wife have used the product, so we believe in it. It's a really good like meal kit service essentially, where it's chef prepared meals, really nutritionally balanced. So you don't have to think about that. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You save time on dishes. You save money, just traveling, gas money. And then the time and effort it takes to make a meal. Cooking is a lot of work, a lot of effort. It can be a lot of fun if you enjoy that, obviously. I respect it. But for those who have really busy lifestyles and you just don't want to worry about that, you want your nutrition to be taken care of, Factor is fantastic. I think Factor is a fantastic thing. And you get 50% off using my link in the description, which is a massive, massive discount. And it's the best way to support the stream. It's the best way to support the stream. They're very, very generous to me as well. And I'm always upfront and transparent about that. But because of that, because of taking up a sponsorship, I want to extend, that generosity to you guys as much as possible. And I do want to try to create more incentives. So at the end of the month, I do a streamathon. Whenever I take a sponsor like this, is my rule. Whenever I take any sponsor like this, I do an end of the month stream, which is a streamathon, which is X hours, where X is the amount of subs I get. So if it's 8, Factor subs, an 8-hour stream, 10, 10, 20, 20, etc., etc. And then for each Factor sub, I will open 10 Mysterious Great Ball 2023s, which I think that's like 700k in Mysterious Balls per Factor sub, all at the end of the month on dinner status, on Shiny Charm. And then every 10 Factor subs, I will also buy something for stream. And I'm sure I'll be adding stuff to this list as we go on today. All right, chat has been letting me know their feelings on this matter, and I kind of agree with them. So the first stream in March, I did something called March Mysterious Ball Madness, where I opened one Mysterious Great Ball per Twitch sub. But then I got offered the Factor sponsorship and I switched over. However, I don't think that was fair. I think a lot of people, because I kept the name and stuff, I think a lot of people really liked the Twitch sub variant, kind of preferred that and thought it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to bring it back in a new way. We are going to do each Twitch sub equals one mysterious Pokeball. So at the end of every stream, until I break my dry streak. So for the end, at the end of every stream, until I break my dry streak, I will open one mysterious Pokeball per Twitch sub gotten in the stream. So I'm gonna bring up my calculator. We're gonna get back on that. We've already gotten one, okay, fellas? So we're getting back to it. We have double March Mysterious Ball Madness, okay? Double March Mysterious Ball Madness. You can get me to open them via Factor subs or Twitch subs, whichever you prefer. And I appreciate chat getting me on that and getting back on track. Let's have some fun. Let's get some fucking shinies, fellas. Alrighty, fellas. Well, the race between Twitch chat trying to bankrupt me in-game and me trying to break my shiny streak begins now. Who will be victorious? I don't know. But either way, it'll be fun. Yeah, yo, Pat, I'm so sad / upset with how cheap 1x31 Dittos are now. Basically, the base price of Shittos. It's probably the #1 market thing that I discuss, like, every day in stream recaps flapping. Yeah, it's really sad. It bums me out for sure. It sucks because I always say, like, I do think it's harder. It's still possible. I don't want people to hear this and say like, oh, that's why it's, you know, it's impossible. It's not impossible, but it is harder than ever for new players to make Pokeyen and PokeMMO, which makes me sad. And hopefully, I mean, that will hopefully change. Hopefully we fix it. It's not like that permanently. But I think it is easier than ever for mid-game players and end-game players to make Pokeyen. But it's really hard for new players to make Pokeyen. And my biggest piece of advice right now is just trying to push through the early game. Just get all 5 regions done and get a Jimmy Run team built ASAP, and then you're mid game. Then you're out of the, when you do that, you're out of the, or like a trainer rerun cloister. If you can get all 5 or like even like 3 regions done, and then a trainer rerun cloister or a Jimmy Run team, or hopefully both at some point, like that's when you're in mid game, you know, like you're there. You go. Yeah, I'm a veteran player and I loved Catching for Profit. I've talked endlessly how Catching for Profit is one of like the most beautiful methods for making Pokeyen and PokeMMO, and how it's been destroyed. And it's cool to hear your perspective on this, Flap and Shags. I don't hear many other people talk about it aside from me, I feel like. Some of my favorite videos back in the day were being like, oh yeah, let's go catch Pidove for 1 hour on Route 1 in Unova, right? And make 200k an hour. Like, that was so fun and cool that new players could just do that. And it really goes into the, it covers the core fundamental aspect of Pokemon, which is catching Pokemon, right? I liked that the best money making method in PokeMMO for a while was like catching Pokemon, which is kind of what the game's all about, you know. And now I feel like it's pure yen methods. I feel like pure yen methods are so crucial now, right? Do I need Blastoises for Jimmy runs? No, Blastoises are like a, Blastoises help me do like 2 more gyms. They are kind of a like extra. You could just do like the 2 setup mons, the Torkoal, the Cottony, double Typhlosion, and then like a level 100 Earthquaker, no matter what the, like a Crocodile or something like that in the back is nice. Garchomp. Something in the back is nice, high power to like finish off some things, but generally like the Blastoises are definitely like, they're the most expensive part of the team and they're kind of an accessory. So don't, you can still very much do like 90% of the Jimmy run without them. Great question. Someone said, why did Dittos lose value? / why did like 1x31 Pokemon lose value? Nobody knows for sure. Like in a market, why something changes, everybody's thoughts and feelings are just conjecture. So mine are just conjecture. It's just my thoughts and opinions. Please don't take this as fact, right? My opinion on why Dittos lost value and why 1x31s have been losing value so much is because of things like alpha spawns bringing in so many wild 2x31 Pokemon into the game. They bring in so many wild caught good IV Pokemon, whereas back in the day, you'd only get like, if you caught Pokemon straight for 2 hours, you would get like 2x31 Pokemon. It was a 1 out of 78 chance, right? Nowadays, You can hop on alts, catch a bunch of alphas, only log in when the alphas are spawned. Like, there's a fair bit of people do. They just abuse the fuck out of alpha spawns. Alphas are guaranteed 2x 31s. So you can like do other money making methods as well, and then just go catch like the juicy alpha, right? And it's destroying the cost of good IV Pokemon. And it's that, and also things like Mysterious Balls, bringing in a bunch of, way more than I realized, 1x 31 and 2x 31 guaranteed Pokemon. We're getting so many Pokemon brought into the game with good IVs that aren't brought in slowly via catching. It's flooding the market. It's what we call, people always say like, oh, inflation. It's deflation, right? It's too much supply. The biggest problem that a Pokemon MMO has to solve. This is the easiest way to tell whether a Pokemon MMO will succeed long term, and it's the biggest judging factor behind why I think PokeMMO is the best Pokemon MMO. But it's worrying me that they're kind of hurting a little bit. But it's how many sinks are there in the game for good IV Pokemon? The most difficult thing for a Pokemon economy to manage is sinking out, destroying good IV Pokemon, because otherwise, as time goes on, good IV Pokemon will just become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper unless you are destroying enough of them out of the game or sinking enough of them out of the game. The breeding system in Pokemon is genius because it rewards you for sinking the good IV Pokemon out. So it's not even like a downside, right? It becomes like a benefit. But now with the influx of all this supply, the demand can't keep up. Raids are helping the demand, which is raids are beautiful, and it's why I think it's the most important update in PokeMMO right now is to release permanent raids. The most important updates are permanent raids and nerf alphas, in my personal opinion. Nerf alphas and then permanent raids. How you nerf alphas is up for discussion. Should we do less spawns? Should we do 1x 31 guaranteed? That's a whole debate. I don't know the correct answer, but the boring answer is whatever's best for the game statistically, right? So it really comes down to, just releasing permanent raids. So the demand just can't keep up, and there's too many good IV Pokemon being flooded into the game, and there's not enough being sunk out. It's a deflation problem because it's not that the value of our yen is going down, it's that the value of the product is going down because there's too much product in the market. Does that make sense? Great question. Yes, also a quick reminder, I feel like there was some people in chat who said they didn't know either. Dude, shiny rating is tomorrow, guys. The shiny rating is tomorrow. Yes, I have a scheduled stream up for it on my YouTube. So if you want to go, set a reminder, like it, whatever, check it out. The shiny rating is tomorrow. I'll be rating shinies tomorrow on a scale from 0 to 10. It's a pretty harsh rating, so if you get if you spent 100 hours going for a shine and I give it a 2 out of 10, please don't feel, hurt. That's 2 out of 10 is like the average score. All shinies in Pokemon are respectable. All shinies are awesome. I'm not trying to demean shinies, but I like to have a harsh judge and really kind of be a little bit of a critic when it comes to shiny hunting, something I care about so much, right? So check out the shiny rating tomorrow. Whisper me your shinies, get them rated, have some fun, maybe win some prizes. We'll see. Dude, I honestly love this idea. Imagine if they introduced species clause on gym runs. Do you think this would change things drastically? I love the idea of this. I don't even think it would change things drastically. Well, it might. Hilariously, people always say like, oh, why don't you use Heatran? Isn't Heatran really good? Like, Heatran gets Eruption, and I always have to be like, well, no, like Heatran's not actually better than Typhlosion. It's like just the speed and the special attack stat, like Typhlosion's setup is just better, right? If they introduce species clause, Heatran might actually become meta for Gym Rerun, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, there are plenty of other strats as well that don't use like double Pokemon like I do. That's true. But like I do love the idea of Heatran becoming meta. That's kind of funny. This is a great question. Are 31 IVs a necessity on raiding Pokemon? No, not at all. This is a fantastic question. Now, having enough damage is really important in raids. So if you're gonna go for a 31, usually 31 attack or 31 special attack is very relevant. You can go speed if you need to secondary, but like generally just 20 to 20, like 25 plus. I recommend 25 plus in the IVs for damage, either attack or physical or special, depending on what Pokemon needs. You don't need 31. It's way more important to have better strategy, like strategy and decisions. Like raids are not a like pay to win thing, it's very much a like strategy and decisions, and the moves you make is going to do way more to benefit you than just good IV Pokemon. And I recently did a series, playing the Lunar New Year event from scratch and making a new account from scratch, and then going from new account to raiding on that account within 6 days, right? And I beat like 2 or 3 raids on a fresh account. and that was not with perfect Pokemon by any means, you know. Is berry farming worth it? I've had a lot more questions about berry farming recently. Though berry farming it's a double-edged sword. Berry farming can be some of the easiest, most chill Pokeyen that you make if you're a consistent person who lives on a very consistent schedule, right? However, the problem with berry farming is that it's pretty expensive to start up. You need like 700k to buy all the seeds, right? Just for your first batch, which is kind of expensive. And then you have to think about it. If you lose the batch, if you mess up and your berries die, you lose 700k. It's a massive loss, right? So berry farming makes you about 120k, I think, 100 to 120k Pokeyen per day, right? For like 30 minutes of work, maybe like if you're faster, 15 to 20, whatever, right? For like watering all the berries and whatever, right? So it can be like really chill, really like easy Pokeyen. However, why I don't berry farm personally is I know that like if I berry farm 7 days in a row perfectly and then I miss one day, I lose all the profits. If you miss one day of berry farming, you waste a week's worth of Pokeyen from doing the method, which that sucks to me. That like I can't personally. I don't do it because of that, but like some people love it. It's just a personal preference thing. Some people love it. Some people do berry farming on multiple accounts, which is awesome. You make really, really chill, consistent Pokeyen, but it's just there's that risk involved that needs to be discussed. If you're someone who could miss a day, you know, something comes up, you just forget. If you're you know, you're not like a hardwired scheduled person, it might not be the best for you. But if you're someone who, you know, works and you don't have that much time, you hop on your berries every, you know, twice a day, like it might be perfect for you. So just person dependent. All right, that is the gym rerun done with. 5.5 mil Pokeyen now, so we're getting up there, fellas. I felt pretty good. Plus a Togekiss sold. Wait, this was a huge sale. 400k for like this Alpha Togekiss. I'm gonna go grab this. That puts me up to 5.9 mil. Dude, I'm just gonna go shiny hunt. I think we've made plenty of Pokeyen today. I put in a lot of the work off stream to list all that stuff, sell all this stuff. I'm very happy with being up to 5.9 mil. Now I want to keep making more passively and consistently as time goes on. Maybe I'll do some later. Maybe I'll do some breeds for profit later today or some like flipping. But for now, let's reward ourselves. Go do a bit of shiny hunting. The biggest thing I encourage players to do is just play PokeMMO the way they enjoy. And I think that will help you make more progress in the long run than grinding, right? I mean, to be fair, what I do is seen by a lot of people as grinding, which it is to some extent. Shiny hunting is grinding. I get it, right? However, at the same time, I love it. I love shiny hunting, right? So like, I'm gonna go shiny hunt and have fun. So what I do is I do like 1 to 2 hours of money making a day, 1 hour of gym reruns, you know, maybe a trainer rerun. That'll be like the 1 to 2. But usually like if you just do 1 hour of money making a day, 1 gym rerun, make 300k a day. You'll make, what's the math on that? 300k a day for 1 hour times 7. You're making 2.1 mil a week. If you just do 1 hour a day, your gym run, it's 2 million Pokeyen a week. If you just let that stack up and you don't spend it, it's so like just spend the 1 hour a day making Pokeyen and then play the game you want to play. Do what you want to do, right? Now, obviously, a lot of things need Pokeyen in the game. You know, I get that. But if you can do like free shiny hunts, like I'm gonna go do like times 5 forwards for Sandslash. Try to play the game for as cheap as possible, as cheap as you can. And in the long run, your Pokeyen stack will just stack up. And thinking long term like that is so much more important in PokeMMO. Alrighty, we're getting to it, boys. Back to Sandslash, the so-called cursed spot. So we'll see if we can uncurse it today, starting at 66,469 counters exactly. Okay, not joking. As soon as that clip ended, my stream crashed after calling this spot cursed. I thought it was a joke. I thought like, haha, let's uncurse it. I can't uncurse this. This spot is fucking doomed. Let's go over to like Dratini instead, boys, or like Larvitar. We gotta go somewhere else. I literally can't shunt here today. It's actually too fucking cursed. That's creepy. Yeah, that's fucked up. It's actually cursed, boys. We gotta switch spots. Yeah, this might be kind of a hot. I'm gonna go to Dratini. I really don't want Magikarp, but the odds are I'm gonna get one. It's okay. Like I already have one. The problem is this spot came out. I always tell people now, don't do the Magikarp shunts at Moss Deep City anymore, because now you want to save it for when you inevitably go for Dratini, because everybody wants shiny Dratini, of course. So I already have a Magikarp, and I like shiny Magikarp. I don't really care for shiny Gyarados, because It's fine. I'll have one Carp, one Gyarados. That's fine. Any more would suck, but what are you gonna do? You're statistically gonna get 4 Magikarps here on the way to 1 Dratini. That's, you know, so what are you gonna do, right? However, what was I gonna say? I don't like Shiny Gyarados because a lot of people love Shiny Gyarados for nostalgia because it does look cool. Shiny Gyarados is kind of like Shiny Tentacruel to me. I'll be so real. It is cool looking, but it's so common that it hurts its coolness factor. Shiny Tentacruel actually looks good in my opinion. It's a good shiny, but it's really look at the I think Tentacool, like the emerald little bulbous little memers here, like I think Tentacool specifically looks a lot cooler than Tentacruel, to be fair. But like this is kind of a good shiny, right? The emeralds, like it's cool. However, it's so common that it becomes less cool. I think Shiny Gyarados is the same for me. I actually don't think Shiny Gyarados is that cool, because it's so fucking common. This is a great question. What's the best PokeMMO change that you never saw coming? Expert lures. Fantastic question. Expert lures are a mechanic that I never thought about, and I never would have thought we needed that. And man, expert lures were amazing for shiny hunts, like slightly buffing single encounters while also creating different tiers, different locations, like totally changing up the meta game for single encounter hunting, making everything feel a lot more fresh, adding a little bit more scarcity to rarer things like starter Pokemon, giving a base price to things like Squirtles, Turtwigs, you know, etc. Expert also adding an extra Pokeyen sync to the game in the process. Like expert lures are probably one of the best mechanics, best things they've added to the game over the entire game, and I would have never thought about it in a million years. It was never on my brain that we needed something like that, and it was a beautiful addition to the game. Okay, I don't know if I'm losing my mind from being dry shiny hunting or if I'm onto something. Do you guys see a little face here? Like a little tired guy? Like the eyes and the mouth? Like, here, let me... Like, am I crazy? Do you see it? I don't know if I'm losing my mind from being... Yeah, I def see it. Isn't that... Okay, well, now I'm never going to be able to unsee that. That's fucking weird. He's just watching us shunt? What a fucking creep, dude. This is a great question. You said, why do you think so few young people play Pokemon? I mean, for a multitude of reasons, right? It's the older Pokemon generation, so I think a lot of people find Pokemon, like, through nostalgia. Most people pick it up to like just replay the original games for nostalgia purposes and then kind of find out about the other aspects later on. And then MMOs in general are just an older crowd. It's kind of a boomer, you know, there's not many new MMOs coming out, and especially ones that are successful, right? There's a multitude of reasons to why the Pokemon community is just older in general, like kind of like 24 plus, 20 plus. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here for today, fellas. Just a 3 hour and 40-minute stream today. Not the longest stream, not the shortest, but I think I'm gonna take a little bit of time to myself today and kind of hang out. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, though, having a lot of fun, shiny hunting, making progress in PokeMMO, and I wish you guys the best of luck in your shuns. Like the stream if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos every single day, follow the Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, so I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Discord's down below, and if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Prime, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo help out dramatically. And then Factor, if you want to sign up for Factor, is the best way, honestly, throughout the month of March. Factor, link those. Thank you for watching. Thanks for spending your time with me today. It means the world, and I hope you enjoy PokeMMO and find fun with whatever you're doing today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, Reno. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And if your name is listed here, you're the reason I'm able to do this in the first place by going above and beyond and supporting the channel via YouTube memberships and Twitch Primes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.